We're joined now by Ben Reymenants, a rescuer and cave diver who's part of the international team assisting the Thai Navy SEALs. And Ben has been kind enough to pull over to the side of the road for us. He's just come back from being a part of that rescue team. Ben, thank you for being with us. You spent days in those treacherous caves looking for this soccer team. What was your reaction when you first saw the video of them safe and doing relatively well?
Very surprised, obviously, that they're all alive and actually mentally also healthy. We were thinking that they would be in shock by then, but they're actually quite responsive and speaking English to some of the rescuers, and they're just very weak and very skinny and almost unable to walk. So that's what they're working on now, to get them strength and back on their legs.
It's incredible. At the moment you breathe that sigh of relief that they're found, they're there, they're okay. Now we talk about a rescue that is incredibly complicated, and none of these boys swim, as I understand it. Ben, can you talk about how delicate this rescue mission is and what it might take?
You're correct. So they can't swim, so they definitely can't dive. They're looking at different options. The easiest would be that they keep pumping the water out of the cave. They need another 3 or 4 feet, so they can literally float them out with life jackets. But time is not on their side. They're expecting heavy thunderstorms and rain, which might flood the entire cave system, making the rescue impossible at that stage.
So, Ben, let's talk about that scenario. Let's say the rains do come and the cave is flooded. How long can those boys and that coach be expected to be in the cave?
Up to 3 to 4 months, which obviously is not very optimistic. But 2 Thai Navy doctors have volunteered to be locked up inside the cave, which is a huge sacrifice for these people.
Can you talk? I know you know this cave very well. How complex is it? I mean, can you kind of describe what the setup there is? And obviously it flooded. People explore the cave, but shouldn't be there during the rainy season, and it flooded. Is that what happened?
That's correct. It's one of the longest cave systems in Thailand. It's about 10 kilometers long. Sorry about the metric. And they're exactly stuck in the middle of this system, meaning that, yes, it's a huge way to make it through, especially while swimming. And now the conditions are favorable. The water is almost clear and there's just mild current. But when we first arrived, it was like swimming in coffee and with huge outflow. So our progress was very slow. But in the last days, we progressed more than 1 kilometer. So yes, that's how we got to them in the end.
All right, Ben Reymenants, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the work you did in that cave. And like you, we're all hoping that those boys can get out in the next couple of days. Thanks so much, Ben.
Thank you for having me.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.